Hey everyone, this is a medium difficulty ratio proportion question. In this question, we are going to be learning two important concepts, and those are very crucial to solve a question of this kind. At the end of solving this question, I've left you with a bonus question, which I've tweaked this concept but reframed it as a different question. Solve that question and post your answers to the comment section of this video. Have you subscribed to our channel? So wonderful, thank you. If not, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You'll get notified every time we upload a shorts or a video of this kind. On that note, let's get started. A, B, and C, each working alone, can complete a job in 6, 8, and 12 days respectively. All three of them work together to complete a job and earn $2340. What will be C's share of the earnings is what the question is. Let's get started. Let's just put together the first piece of information. Time taken by A, B, and C, if they work alone, are 6 days, 8 days, and 12 days. So we'll be looking at two concepts. The first concept is basically the ratio of the time taken is the reciprocal of the ratio of the work done by them. Someone can complete a job in 6 days. In a day, that person will do 1/6 of the job. Someone takes 12 days to complete the job, will complete only 1/12 of the job. Right? So ratio of time taken is 6, 8, and 12. So ratio of work done by them will be 1/6, 1/8, 1/12. Right? We're still in concept number one. This is the last part of concept number one. If three people work together and then they are sharing a sum of money for the work done by them, then they're going to divide that money in the ratio of work done, not in the ratio of time taken by them to complete the job. Because essentially, if you look at it, 1/6 as a ratio is greater than 1/8 is greater than 1/12 as a fraction, right? Which means that A does more work in a day. The amount of money that A gets should be proportional to the work done by A. So A will naturally get more amount of money. So the first thing, the ratio of time taken is the reciprocal of the ratio of work done, or the ratio of work done is the reciprocal of the ratio of time taken. If they work together and they divide a sum of money, the sum of money will be divided in the ratio of the work done by them, not in the ratio of time taken by them. I'm just putting an X mark here and a tick here, so that like this kind of registers well for us. So this is concept number one. Now, we're usually used to looking at ratios as 6:8:12, but here we suddenly realize that they're going to divide the money in the ratio of 1/6:1/8:1/12. This looks a little more uncomfortable to deal with than working with something like this. So let's see if we can do something to change this. The second part of this concept basically comes this. For example, let's start with just two ratios, right? A ratio of two parameters, A and B. Let's say it is a 3:5 is the ratio. We'll come to this question in a while. So which means that this will be the same as 6:10, will be the same as 30:50, will be the same as 3x:5x, right? So if you have a ratio 3:5, then it's the same as 3x:5x or 3k:5k. Now let's apply that here. So they're going to divide the money A, B, and C, the ratio of the work done by them, which is in the ratio of 1/6:1/8:1/12. So let's just add a factor called x to it or k to it. So let's make it a k. So they're going to divide the money in the ratio of 1/6, 1/8, 1/12 or k6, k8, k12, meaning one and the same. Now, we said we are comfortable working with ratios which will have to be integers. And integers are more comfortable to work with than things which are fractions. So if you find such a value for k, which can be plugged into all these three parts, so that these will become integers. Which means that k should be a number that's divisible by 6. 12/6 will be an integer. 60/6 will be an integer. Same holds good for this. 80/8 will be an integer. 40/8 will be an integer. So pick such a value of k that is divisible by 6 to make this an integer, divisible by 8 to make this an integer, divisible by 12 to make that an integer. Which means that k should be a number which is divisible by 6, 8, and 12. If k is a number which is divisible by 6, 8, and 12, if you recall number properties, it is possible only when k is a multiple of 6, k is a multiple of 8, and k is a multiple of 12. So k should be such a number which is a common multiple of 6, 8, and 12. The first such common multiple happens to be the LCM of these three numbers. What is the LCM of these three numbers? The LCM of these three numbers is a 24. So assign k to be a 24. Then this ratio essentially becomes 24/6 is to 24/8 is to 24/12. This now is an integer. 4:3:2. So they're going to divide the money in the ratio of 4:3:2. We realize that A does more work in a given day, right? 1/6. So A gets more. C takes a maximum amount of time. So C gets the least amount of money. So in fact, we can quickly do one kind of a validation saying that we have not made too much of a mistake anywhere in this up till this point. Now, let's say in that case, if A gets 4x, B will get 3x and C will get 2x, which means that together they're getting 4x plus 3x plus 2x, which is equal to 9x. That happens to be $2340. So what is x? X is equal to 2340 divided by 9, which is equal to 260. What do we have to find out? The amount of money that C makes. How much does C make? C makes 2x is what we have figured out. If x is equal to 260, then 2x is equal to 2 times 260, which is equal to $520. Look at the answer options and see which one matches this. $520 is choice B, right? So as I said, there are two parts to this concept. The first one, ratio of time taken and ratio of work done. They are essentially reciprocals of each other, right? This is 1 upon this. The second thing, they're going to divide money in the ratio of the amount of work done. That's a part of the second part of the first concept. The second concept is when you have ratios, let's say of the form 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C, rewrite them as K by A, K by B, K by C. K will be such a number which will be a multiple of ABC or the LCM of ABC, right? So these are the key concepts that you learned in this question. So I mentioned, here is your bonus question. A can complete a job in 12 days, B in 18 days, pretty much similar to what we had. Numbers are different. A, B and C work together and complete the job in 6 days. So C's number is not given directly. You'll have to calculate C's number, right? How much more does A get than B if they're paid a total sum of $6,000? It's not how much does A get, it's how much more does A get. So watch out for these little things. You might do the math right, but if you did not read this more properly, you might end up with an incorrect answer. Solve this question and post your comments, post your answers to the comment section of this video. Best wishes for your GMAT preparation.